everyone, and welcome to another episode of This Week in Eorzea, the only Final Fantasy XIV news show that stars us, me, Debbie, and this fantastic person.
Oh, you're too kind.
Pyra.
I'm Pyra. Hello. Happy. Hello.
Hello. How's it going? How are you?
I'm hanging in there. It's been a week. Yep. Yeah, most folks know in my community. Debbie, you already know because we already talked about it too. I was recently laid off, sadly, last week. So, yeah, I took the rest of last week to kind of become a vegetable and run around like a chicken with my head cut off. And now it's time to rebuild and maybe take some extra time in the meantime to make some YouTube videos since I have more time now.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a trend in the 14 community because you're not alone. A couple other creators I know have just gone through the same thing. So it's a benefit to those who watch your content, and hopefully you can get back on your feet again really quick. Obviously, sorry that happened.
Thank you. Yeah, no, fingers crossed. In the meantime, I'm trying to see if my dogs can get jobs so they can stop being freeloaders. So, you know, we do what we can. How about you, Debbie? What's going on in your universe?
Yeah, no, work's being an absolute pain in the butt. Made me cancel stream on Thursday. And then I streamed to myself on Saturday. And then...
Do explain!
So I streamed, and it looked like I was streaming, but Twitch and YouTube decided to only capture video for like a minute. So for an hour and a half, I streamed to myself, all by myself. And I kept the persona on like the entire time. No one was stopping by, but it was Valentine's, and I'm like, oh, well, it's Valentine's. People are just busy. Like, I made a whole bunch of excuses.
Oh, no.
And then I turned to Discord after my stream is done, and I've got all these messages of people saying, hey, do you know you're not streaming right now? So, yeah. Thank you to my community who supported me regardless. I won't ever doubt you again. If I'm seeing no viewers, it probably means something's wrong, not no one wanted to see me.
Oh, I can't say I have not done that before because I definitely have. Or like unmuted the entire like an hour and a half in until someone's like, you know, you're not talking or we can't hear you, and I'm like, it's been over an hour.
I mean, I appreciate you saying something, but yeah. No, so that's how my week went. So I'm looking forward to maybe this coming week being better. Today was a stat holiday, so I didn't have to work today. So it's a short week, if nothing else.
Nice.
We can cope. What we can't cope so well with is no news.
I can't cope.
We're a 14 news show. There needs to be some news. Let me just pull this up. This lodestone is identical to the last week's lodestone that I showed you, with the last post being February 6th. That's it. The only thing posted since February 10th has been actions taken against in-game RMT. Notice. That's it. That is the lodestone.
Woof.
But we knew this was going to happen. So this is just a result of them hoarding information until FanFest. They're gonna keep everything on the DL. If there's something they have in the works, they want to save it to make that more exciting. So I think this is gonna be pretty standard. That being said, I combed the internet to see if there was any 14 information to be had anywhere, and I did find a couple of things we can chat about, so let's get into it. Mioni, fantastic human being. Love him, follow him on YouTube. Definitely check out his stuff if you haven't already. He is a 14 content creator who does a lot of like glamour stuff and event stuff and kind of that sort of stuff. He posted a video within the last couple of days on Yoshi P's Chinese New Year message to Chinese players. It sends you over to a fully Chinese video, but he kind of transcribed it. I guess Google translated it and talked about it. So we could get a glimpse of what Yoshi P was saying to Chinese players. Now, recently in 14 News, China has joined the current retail Final Fantasy 14. So they're up to date with us as of the last patch. So they were able to participate in the last world race, and they are now caught up. So essentially he was just saying, like, this is really exciting news because now all of China can look forward to the Fan Fest and all the information and get it at the same time as every other player and be excited about it because they'll be getting it at the same time. So yeah, he essentially talks about that. He starts off by greeting everyone in China, wishing them a happy new year. He says it was not easy last year. Isn't that what everyone in the entire world is saying right now? It's like, yeah, 2025 sucked, but we have high hopes for 2026. Yeah, with recent update in 7.4, they're all caught up. He wanted to know if everyone has progressed and finished. He says there are still many players working on this in-game. Send us your thoughts and feedback. To celebrate the 2026 Fan Festival, he's doing this video. He was trying to drum up interest, get them to watch it, and to be excited about it. And, talking about other Square Enix games that are being promoted overseas. And wishing everyone a happy new year. They were talking about Little Ladies Day is going to have a couple of new cheering emotes for them. Don't know if that's going to be a universal thing or not, but there's also some new spirited minions waiting in the wings. So, yeah. China being caught up is exciting, though, because that's a huge player base, a potential player base. Obviously, just in population wise, if they have a similar percentage of population playing the game as North America and Japan, that's a lot of people playing the game. So that's going to funnel more money into it, potentially. They also have a Chinese adaptation team that's kind of funneling in and helping with some work too. So it is a big deal. It is a big deal. But hopefully this means maybe more Oriental themed items might make it global, which would be exciting to me. Like I always look at the Korean or Japanese or Chinese mounts and I'm like kind of jealous, honestly.
Yeah,
right?
like the hot pot one. That was one of the most recent ones. I think they brought that over to
They did, yeah.
The rest of the world, and it was just like, yes, we need this. I also wonder too, like the state of, you know, the game going forward too, because you'd mentioned even like the Chinese adaptation team, and like I know there are elements of the Chinese version of the game that isn't, they're just not the same for either like cultural reasons, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but that's what my memory is telling me, is that like some cultural things kind of like have it like things are just slightly different or off. So I do wonder if that's going to be like a continuing trend as it goes on, and if it's going to be easier now, like you said, now that they're kind of caught up with the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, localization has been actually like an integral part of 14. If you think about all the quest names and everything that they localize that are very specific, like North American references to North American media, or, you know, things like Leroy Jenkins and that sort of thing that find its way into game that you wouldn't expect would come from a Japanese writer and very clearly came from the localization team instead to make it more relevant to us. Just so much work. Sometimes a little too much, like when the Scions sit down to a nice Oriental dinner of hamburgers and hot dogs, you know, it's just maybe a little too much localization, but I appreciate what they do. Yeah. Mione, I definitely recommend clicking on the video and watching it Mione's own words. But he does mention there's a lot of interviews where Yoshi P is talking about changes that are coming to the playability of the game, the ease of play, the respect of players' time, accessibility, making the game easier to do with shorter amounts of time. So Mione has concerns about that, but I mean, he says it himself, and we'll say it here, like, it's really too early to speculate on what changes those might be. Like,
yeah, I will say though, like that theme already follows a lot of like the, you know, the 2026 kind of New Year's blog post. Like Yoshi P was, you know, the thing that sticks in my head most is Yoshi P did say along similar veins, like, people are getting older, times are changing, people's ability to play games and MMOs are, you know, it's not the same as maybe it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. So I do, it's definitely, I think, way too soon to speculate like in full, but I do also like chew on that idea in the back of my head, like what could that look like? Because it's true, you know, a lot of folks who've played the game for a decade, like some of them have children and careers and like things that kind of like preoccupy a lot of their time, and so it's like, how do we keep everything running to like kind of follow that a little bit?
Yeah. And I mean, we're not talking necessarily bad changes. Like, for example, a change that I think would be reflective of that type of verbiage would be when they took the houses from a click 8 hours on a placard system to a housing lottery. That, I think, is the type of change that falls into that language, because you're taking something that players had to invest large amounts of time in for no reason and made it into a system where you literally just pay once and you're done. Like, regardless of what happens, it's out of your hands. So I think if they made more type of those changes with consideration to players' time, then that's an incredibly positive thing for the game. So I mean, it's easy for people to kind of get a little bit upset, like, oh, they've already made the game too easy, they've made the game too simplistic, they've made classes too homogenous, like those type of things, when there's been other changes that have gone over really well that could also fit that mold. So I'm leaning on the positive side. Maybe these are all positive quality of life changes that have just been a long time coming. So,
yeah, I think that's a great point too. It doesn't always have to be like a negative, like the game's different, it's gonna be all wrong, it's gonna be gone. Like, you know, there are things exactly like that that could just be like a better quality of life, but you know, if you have the time and capacity, you may just not think about it firsthand.
Yeah. Another creator, I'm leaning heavily on other people today for sure. Mr. Happy talked about the Final Fantasy XIV mobile app, and the fact that there's been some Q&As done with the development team that has kind of hinted in the fact that they're not doing very well. That the mobile app is losing money, not gaining the momentum it had hoped, and is not having the budget or the supplies it needs to kind of advance. And so when there was a bunch of hype and consideration for the mobile app having a global release, that's now not looking likely. Or if they did a global release, it would be to save the app and to try to get as many new players as possible to keep the thing running. Do you know much about the mobile app? Have you seen gameplay of it, or have you heard much about it?
I haven't seen a ton on it, but I did see the Mr. Happy video you're referring to. And so yeah, it sounds very much in that same realm, that like they're just not making what they were hoping to. Which, you know, I know one of the biggest things about the mobile game that I've heard is that it's a completely separate studio.
Yeah.
So I forget what the studio's name is, but it's like the engine, the studio, the team is completely separate from the Final Fantasy XIV team as we know it. And then there is some crossover as far as just, of course, they're going to check in with the 14 team to make sure that like everything is like kosher and like, you know, doesn't stray too far from the path.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about the mobile game for having innovations such as like the 16 die channels per piece and that sort of thing. Like there's some, yeah, exactly. There's some really good features of the mobile app that we were hoping would kind of make it into retail, or at least nudge retail in that direction. So when we see the app struggling, we're kind of wondering, is it potentially some of those things that are slowing down progress and the ability to keep up with the app, or maybe a lack of integration with 14 itself is kind of causing the struggles. For me, I would find it hard to play the mobile game. As much as I would love it, as much as it looks pretty, it has the MSQ for 2.0. I think up to 2.4 they are now. But to invest all that time into a mobile app that's completely separate from the game itself seems like, again, I'm dividing my attention and taking away what I could achieve in the retail game. I don't know if you feel the same way, but it just, if there's no benefit to playing the app in the actual game, it doesn't feel like something I should be investing my time in.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like I was excited to try it if it were going to be globalized. However, I'm in the same boat where if I'm going to dedicate a lot of time to something, I want it to be on my character of 11 years. I want it to count towards my achievements. I want it to kind of like at least be connected in any sort of way so that it could be reflected like kind of cross-platform. I do think of like mobile games in general, which I do have some that I play on my phone, and really it's like I'm spending like maybe 10 minutes a week like on those games. I'm not playing a lot of them. So I think that that's another thing where like an MMO in mobile form just seems like a tall order, even if they're going to try to make it as mobile friendly as possible. Like it feels like a pretty tall order to have, and the only people who I've seen do it very well so far has been Warframe through Digital Extremes, and that is crossplay. So you can literally do the same thing on mobile that you can do on a PC or on your Xbox or on the Nintendo Switch or like anything. So that's where I think that maybe is having like a missed opportunity.
Oh, for sure. If the mobile app had the ability, even just to gather things and have
Right.
that gathering stuff appear on a retainer or somehow like be Moogle mailed to your actual character. Yeah. Like if there was some benefit to it that I could carry over into the game itself, I'd be all over that. Like sitting in a dentist's office, like even just farming mats for gathering, I would totally do that. Totally 100%.
Yep. On your lunch break, just like just give me the gold saucer. Like I'll just go around and do the silly little games, the gold saucer. Like something, exactly. Like, because those are those moments, right? Like, I feel like we can't be alone. Like that, those are the moments that to play mobile games. It's like, oh, I'm at an appointment and I'm waiting in the waiting room, or I'm on my lunch break at work and I got like 20 minutes to burn, nothing to do. Like that's the time you want to play, not sitting at home when you could be on your PC.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So it's mixed feelings to see it struggle. I mean, obviously we don't want anything necessarily related to 14 to do poorly, but at the same time, they're really having a difficulty finding their audience for it. And the fact that right now it's only in China kind of makes it a little bit difficult too. So is it China and Japan? I think it's China and Japan.
I thought it was just China, but I could be wrong.
Is it just China? Maybe. I bring you the news that I try to read 20 minutes before stream starts. No. I know it was originally just released in China, but I think it's still that way. I don't know. Are you? Yeah.
That's as much as I know.
Survey says.
I would recommend, like we did for Mioni's video, like if you're curious about that stuff, Mr. Happy has like a pretty good like explanation of everything, and his research too like also spanned going into like Reddit and going into I believe the team Discord has like an official Discord and stuff like that. Exactly. So they were able to get like translation so that he I think he just flat out went in there and was like, what's happening with this? So if you want more kind of deep dirt on that situation, he'll definitely have that in his video.
Absolutely. Okay. I I just slapped the date up, but maybe I'm already wrong because it is the 16th. Is Valentine's over now? Did it end first thing this morning? I think it did. I don't think this is an upcoming event anymore.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Okay.
It's gone. You missed it. Upcoming date.
Not talking
next year,
about
2020. We're not talking about it because it's done.
It's done. It's done. But now that it's over, I've done it and we can talk about it. Okay, so speaking once again of Mr. Happy, he actually made a video about the Valentine's event, even though he doesn't really make videos about in-game events. That's kind of Mioni's thing. Mr. Happy did because he was really heckin' impressed with this one. And I gotta say, after having done it yesterday, I agree. I agree. I am kind of kicking myself for not doing it sooner because it was really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself for only doing it once because it was just for holiday events. That's the first one in a while that was like super interactive. It was just fun and chaotic to do. It was on theme. It was beautiful. The music was great. And we got a ton of like glam and like gear. It was like, what? I just feel like this is the best event that we've had in a long time.
Yeah. No, the kind of mini game was fun. It was a good looking zone, a lot of assets in there. I hope they do something like that again for another event. Like, I understand if it's like right in the middle of a launch cycle or right up against a patch where maybe they had pressures trying to get patch content out. But when there's nothing kind of adjacent to an event like that and they're able to put the time and energy in, I hope they get the feedback that this went over really well and they do something like this again.
Absolutely. And the thing I love about this, the kind of trajectory of the events too, I go back and I think of last year's what's the event called? The summer one when they had the boat.
Yeah. The one in Costa del Sol, that one.
Yeah, the Coastal. Yeah, gosh, please remind me what the name is. I'm having a week. But like the summer event,
one.
and then this event, it's like they're putting a lot of effort into these events, and on top of that too, like it's a type of content that everyone can enjoy, which is amazing too. Like, you could be a raider, you could be somebody who logs in once every 2 months. Like, everybody can just step in and enjoy it right away, as long as you're like level 15. So it's nice seeing them like kind of put more time and investment into like those community like well-rounded things. Moonfire Fair, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, somebody. Yeah. that one, we've only been playing the game for a decade. It's fine. It's fine.
brain don't brain today.
Yeah, no. They did so much right with that. So much right. And it does feel a little cheap when all you do is talk to NPCs. So to throw something like that in there, and even like we went in the first time as a party of 3, mind you. And the rewards we got for that, even not finishing, like getting 4 out of 5 cakes, was more than enough to buy everything on the list.
Yeah.
So they were really generous with currency as well. And I think that also falls into the whole valuing players' time thing. So, you know what? I approve.
Absolutely. It was just a blast. We got everything but one ingredient. I only was able to do it once. We were on the last ingredient halfway there and the time ran out and we're like, shoot. But yeah, no, I really hope that they continue that. Like, I get that maybe not every event they can do something new, but like, even if they brought that back every year for Valentine's, like, I'd be happy. Like, that was just such a fun thing.
Absolutely. So the next event that's coming out is Little Ladies' Day, if I'm not mistaken. That usually comes out in March. And then we have Easter coming out in April, beginning of April, I think.
Yeah, Hatching Tide.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of new events coming out in the next month or two before FanFest. So fingers crossed they are just as exciting. Little Ladies' Day is my favorite event. event, probably, other than Moonfire Fair, like, because Little Ladies Day has the whole cherry blossom theme and that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a really. Plus, it usually happens on my birthday or around my birthday. So.
Yeah. Well, it feels like it's also like it feels like this time of year we kind of get almost one a month because we had Valentines and then Little Ladies Day and then Hatching Tide and then I think it's Make It Rain.
Yeah, usually.
Which is not like a season. Yeah. It's technically kind of considered a seasonal event.
It happens once a year. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. It's not linked to like a holiday per se, but
I can't remember if it's usually June or July though.
Last year, I think
somewhere
it was
in there.
May to June.
Oh, was it?
No. Yeah, last year was May 19th to June 11th.
Oh, okay. Wow. Make it rain.
Make it rain.
So yeah, we're not talking about Valentine's though because it's gone. But if you didn't have a chance to do it, maybe you need to think twice about seasonal events because it looks like they're making some changes. And that's all. That's my final word on it. What about you?
Yeah, do it. I at minimum you can toss everything in the armoire now, which was a positive change that they made, so it doesn't take up any glamour dresser space or retainer space. So literally no reason not to do it.
Quick community check. I had a question for everyone. Oh yeah, would you start another character? Why or why not? Would you? I don't know why this stuck in my maw. I think it was because I recently started another character and I'm feeling intimidated by it. But then I saw another person who had started another character and was really excited about it. So what about you? What about you on alts? Would you start another character and what would drive you to do it if you did?
I'm on the fence because like I feel like if I had time, which I've now been the new owner of extra time in my life, I would say yes, because there's something really special through going through the story. I've done a New Game Plus run once through Shadowbringers, and it was amazing to just like kind of go back through like certain waves of the game. That being said, if my life is as busy as it would normally be, I'd say no, just because of kind of that time situation. Like we're almost staying with the mobile game. Like I feel like any time that I'm not spending on my main character is like time wasted, even though that's like kind of dumb, but that's what my brain tells me. Is it's like, well, I could be checking off one of the 1,000 million achievements that I've never even touched in the past 11 years.
No, exactly. I feel that in the depths of my soul. What do we got? We got some people saying hard to rationalize, completely understand. Some bodes already have someone find me a life. Weeb a lot after doing it you would just New Game Plus. Yeah.
New Game Plus is a good like middle ground too.
Yeah. For sure. I maybe like when they talk about valuing players' time, maybe Yoshi P is referring to maybe in the future new characters will be linked to your achievements and it'd be account-wide achievements instead of character achievements. That would be really valuing my time. So,
I like that.
There you go. Yeah, because I feel the same way. Honestly, I like the idea of playing a new character and getting to experience it all again and walking through the new game process again and getting that from scratch feeling. But it's just so hard to justify when you have a long-running character and you're working on these really lengthy achievements that take years to complete, and you kind of feel guilty every time you're completing something on a different character when you're like, I could have counted towards my other character's achievements. So I feel that. But yeah, if you're watching in the future, let us know in the comments below. Would you start a new character, and what would it take for you to start a new character? I'm like, I have no good reason why I did it, except that, yeah, I wanted to see the new player process from the beginning again so I could create better guides and help people through it. But there's so much. Like, new players today have so much in front of them. It's It's like back when we started. No, seriously, back when we started Pyra, we were like in a tiny little room with like 5 books.
Right.
And we like read through those 5 books one at a time. And when we were finished, we started from the beginning and read through them again. And we got really, really familiar with those 5 books. And then each year they added a new book and we got to read that a couple of times. And we felt really good. But now new players are walking into the game with 50 books in the room and are like, where do I even start? And before they even get through 10 of them, there's another 5 books. So they'll never catch up. And that feeling to me is just overwhelming. It's definitely a completely different experience than what we had.
Oh, absolutely. Even when people have the best intentions, I can't imagine for a new player like going into just like a random like duty, just like a random dungeon or a random, trial or something, and being with a bunch of people who have done the same fight for 10 years, just be like, yeah, just follow me. You know what I mean? Like, or this is a sprout, I'll just overheal. Like, it's just like the amount of like they have to kind of go through it and feel like, oh god, I'm holding these people back, or like you see people zerg it down and then the new player is just like, wait, what happened? What's the mechanic? And it's like, no, we don't need to do the mechanics, kid, just hit this a few times. So we never had that. Like back when we were doing it, it's like that was the hardest content around, so barely anybody knew more than anyone else, and now it's like
yeah, no, now you have content masters, and there's entire websites and discords based off of different kinds of content and that. So yeah, it's intimidating. It completely is. And as wonderful as it is to have that new experience and to form those memories and to make that nostalgia happen, I'm sorry. I'm completely sorry. But you just gotta focus on something. You gotta focus on what you're enjoying doing and do that, which is kind of what we're just getting into in our hot topic. It was a segue. It was a very long, convoluted segue. You're welcome. Our segue today is into a tier list where we rank all the different kinds of content up until like Endwalker type content. I don't think there's anything in there that's Dawn Trail. And it's very generic, so we're going to talk non-spoilers about these type of things and what we enjoyed about them, or what we didn't like about them, and give them a rank. So let's take a look at what we're working with here. Ta-da! So Pyra and I are going to take turns. I don't know which falls on which, so if there's something I haven't done, I'll let her speak on it. If there's something she hasn't done, she can let me speak on it, and we'll get through these one at a time. We'll take turns ranking them. Let us know where you'd rank them. But let's take a look at our tier list here. Maybe I'll put this in front of me so it doesn't look like I'm looking off camera. Okay. So, do you wanna go first? Where do you rank alliance raids?
This is a tough one. I have such a wishy-washy view of alliance raids. They're just tough. It's tough for me also because day 1 alliance raids is some of the best content in the game. Because you have 24 people and no one knows what they're doing. And it is complete chaos, and you're seeing people like have like honest, like amazing teamwork. However, all of the expansions with alliance raids that are kind of a collab with another game or another thing feel like the weakest to me. So I kind of would say a B.
A B tier?
Like kind of a B. Yeah. I feel like that is also what I'm thinking of, like, oh, I want to do my roulettes for the day. That's the one that I want to do the least besides MSQ roulette. MSQ roulette is like the actual least, but that one's like the second to the least.
Fair enough. I mean, they are long. And like you said, if you're doing them for the first time and you're not familiar with the story content they're based off of, which is usually extra game or outside of the game, then you do feel like you don't really understand what's going on. And you don't have the same connection to the story. they were very intimidating to me when I first started out. But then once I started doing them regularly in game and got good at them, I started to really enjoy them. But you know what? Solid B, I understand. That's fine.
Yeah.
I agree. Blue Mage, it's Blue Mage here. I'm assuming what they mean is like limited jobs with Blue Mage, I guess, being the namesake until Beastmaster comes out. I'm
Whatever.
really looking forward to Beastmaster.
So,
The good thing about Blue Mage, and there's a lot of content for Blue Mage, even though it only goes up to 90. Leveling a Blue Mage is only like half the battle. Then you have like the carnival that you need to do. There's all the spells to unlock. There's the like higher level content, like doing the raids as parties of Blue Mages and unlocking the Warble mount, which I still haven't done, which I really, really want to do. There is so much Blue Mage. How much Blue Mage have you done? I don't think you've done. You haven't done much, have you?
not much. I've definitely kept it max level forever, but like, you know, I've gotten some spells and done some things, but like, it's an intimidating amount of work to like do Blue Mage because it's so different than anything else to do in the game, really.
But at the same time, like, Blue Mages like pop up in the most unexpected places. Like whenever you have players now that can do something unsynced, there's going to be a Blue Mage there. There's going to be a Blue Mage there. It's incredibly unique. Very fun to do. Using the enemy's spells against them, blowing yourself up in the middle of cities to get to places, to be rezzed onto lampposts. I love Blue Mage, and I'm really, really excited for Beastmaster. So please, I'm gonna bump it above Alliance raids. There's so much you can do with a Blue Mage. There's so much. All right.
I just love how chaotic it is. Like, you could just
chaotic.
do stupid, goofy things and, you know, like spit fish at people. Like it's just
yes,
great.
yes.
Great. Or just blow yourself up in the middle of Kugane, in front of Kugane Tower, so that somebody reses you to the top because you're not good at jump puzzles. So there's a lot of pros to it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So high tier. This one is Gathering. What do you feel about Gathering?
Ooh, Crafting and Gathering I don't do much of anymore. I feel like Gathering, I decently like Gathering. I forget how much I like it until I do it. That's kind of how I feel with Gathering, is it's like, I don't do it often, and then when I do it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of fun. Especially fishing. I forget that I like fishing, and then when I go back to fishing, I'm like, this is fun. Oh, that's its own thing? Okay, so this is just botany and minor. Yeah, that's another one. I would say like a BC, personally, with my exposure to it.
That's fair. I mean, it doesn't have a lot going on. I mean, once you've mastered your mining, your gathering rotations, it's kind of the same. Nothing super exciting. There's special nodes, but you know what? Okay, I can handle C. Probably because that's where I'm sticking crafting. I know. I know a lot of people log into the game just to craft, and I am probably insulting those people, and I'm sorry. But to me, crafting is kind of lower on the interesting scale. And I know there's websites like Team Crafter and stuff where there's all these formulas and you can like find the perfect macro to make everything high quality 100% of the time, and it comes down to pentamelding your gear, and it is so involved, and there's so many people who do this for a living. I can't rank it any higher than C. I'm sorry.
I will say this too, controversial maybe, but a lot of people who I've personally come across a lot of people who defend crafting and saying it's the best content in the game also make macros or use third-party websites where they don't have to do anything besides press a singular button and then walk away and play something else. So I think that a C is more than valid. And that's just my controversial opinion.
Fair. No, that's fair.
Yep.
Criterion Dungeons. That is you. You haven't?
Haven't done
Neither
them.
have I.
I've done
Neither
Variant.
of
I
us.
haven't done Criterion yet. I want to. I just haven't tried it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. Deep dungeons. I'll give you this one since we both haven't done Criterion.
With the most recent deep dungeon?
Like all deep dungeon, yeah.
All but I'm talking about well, okay, so are we if we talk about before Dawn Trail, I have a different opinion than
Okay.
that's why. I don't
So
know.
your sum total of deep dungeon.
My sum total of deep dungeon, I would say A.
Okay.
It is very frustrating and challenging, but I usually always have fun, and it's a bit of strategy that's different than anything else in the game. Like, it's a lot less about your skill in a rotation or in a class, and a lot more about your skill almost like a, what are those, like an escape room or something like that. Like, it's a different type of skill, and I think I find it really refreshing every time I go into a deep dungeon.
Well, that's it. I was thinking of extremes and ultimates as being like MMA, and deep dungeons as being like American Ninja Warrior. Like, you've got a completely different skill set, but it's equally difficult. Like, especially when you get to floor 98 or something in wipe, and it's super frustrating. But every move you make matters, because you could step on a trap, or you could get caught by something that insta kills, and so it's challenging, but in a way I can do. So I really enjoy it.
I feel the same way. Like, for me, I've done it on classes that I have no idea how to play that class, but it doesn't matter when I'm in deep dungeon. All that matters is the strategy of the map and the environment. So love that about it.
Dungeons. I don't want to put dungeons in D. Dungeons, it's so vague. There are some dungeons you love to have, and some dungeons you hate to see. But the good news is, whatever dungeon you get, it ends soon. It doesn't last forever. Dungeons are usually 30 minutes is kind of the maximum, even with duty support. So I wouldn't sit down to just do dungeons for 12 hours. And then it pans out to all of Debbie's videos where she does dungeons for 12 hours. Let's see. Okay. What about extremes, Pyra?
Ooh, extremes. Extremes is such a mixed bag too. I feel like it's along similar veins where some of them I love to sit down and do, and try to go for a mount or a weapon, and others it's torture, and I feel like you do it because you have to. I kind of would. I think I would put it a solid B. I think it's a solid B. Okay. Yeah, to kind of find the sum between the two polar ends of it. I think that's kind of where it lands.
Okay, that's fair. I get faux hollows. I've only actually participated in faux hollows a couple of times. There's only been one Unreal I consistently cleared, so maybe I'm not a great spokesperson on this. But I mean, I enjoyed it. It's very much the same thing over and over again once a week. It's like Wondrous Tales. It's you say the line, and then you get to play the mini game, and then it's done for the week, right? Am I, or do you feel differently?
No, I actually probably have done less than you.
Oh,
on this.
Okay.
This is another piece of content that I would like to do more, and I forget it exists.
Yeah.
If I'm quite honest.
I mean, it goes by really fast. Once you learn the fight, you just do it, and then twice. I think you do your faux hollow, and then you do your re-clear, and then you're done for a week. But I mean, it's about as fun as a dungeon.
Yeah.
Okay, we had to look this one up before stream. I'm gonna call us out on it. Adventuring forays. If anyone who already knew that, shout out to you guys. Good job. We had to look up the party finder to remember what this thing did. Adventuring forays. So this is Eureka Boja. Occult Crescent.
I'm gonna be the I'm gonna be the sad Sally on this one. Please, I would love to you to challenge me if you feel any different. I'm gonna say D. I do not like this kind of content. I just personally am. I am so excited to get any of this kind of content done and over with as soon as possible.
Wow. Okay.
Boja, I had more fun. Occult Crescent was fun for like a week, and then I stopped playing. So that's kind of how I feel about the content in general.
Okay. Just like too long to get into, or?
It just doesn't hold my interest, honestly. Like, it feels very irrelevant to everything else in the game. And I don't know. There's just something about it that I've never latched onto. And so, like, Occult Crescent gave me so much hope, and then, like, literally a weekend I got bored with it and I stopped playing. So that's kind of how I feel. And then Subode Eureka, I hate Eureka. I'm sorry, I hate Eureka. That is one of the worst things in the game for me. Like, it's just not my jam.
That's fair. I mean, I personally have better memories of it, like Eureka with the bunnies and Boja getting my motorbike, though that took a very, very long time. So you know, I like it. I understand where you're coming from, though. Yeah. I think you either really enjoy this type of content, and there are, like I said, Discords set up where people are still going back into Eureka and doing Build Us an Arsenal and that sort of stuff. So, I mean, but it does take you literally completely out of the actual game. You're in an instanced area doing something for ulterior advancement in that area alone that doesn't really have much of an impact on the rest of the game, unless they tie it to relics, which they have. Actually, I think they always have, because Eureka had their relics and Boja did, and now Occult Crescent does. So yeah.
I was gonna say they have, and then they have alternative methods. Yeah. I could see it going as a C. I'm probably
you're willing to bump up to a C.
I'm willing to, but I'm like, I in my heart it's a D. Like in my heart it's like
okay, that's fair. Fishing is S tier. Next.
Automatically.
Listen, I'm not willing to argue on this. Ocean fishing, big fish fishing, fishing, S tier.
That's the one I forget it exists sometimes, but then when I do it, I'm like, this is super fun. Yeah.
No, I mean, but honestly, like that's where my heart lies in this game. There's so much to it. I haven't even done everything there is to do. I live for my world-class troller title, which I get to wear on occasion, so I'm for it.
Love it. Gold Saucer. Gold Saucer has my heart. Gold Saucer has my heart. I literally have a Facebook post. Back in the day when I used to post certain things on my personal Facebook, I will have a memory of like me posting about it the day before it went live, like, oh my god, guys, it's tomorrow. And like ever since, like, just the Gold Saucer has had a huge place in my heart. I would say an A, personally.
All right, yeah.
For me, when I just want to do mindless, like, brain-numbing content, that's it. And it's just a fun little arcade game in the middle of 14.
Yeah, there's a lot to do there. In fact, when they have the Moogle events and you can get Moogle Tome in there, the place is packed. A lot of people feel the same way. You get a fake gambling currency that you can use to buy a bunch of different stuff. That apparently maxes, was it 6 million or 9 million? So you can't even carry a whole awful lot of it, but it's fun to get. So.
It's fun to get, and then you can miss it for weeks and come back and it's like nothing changed, which is beautiful. Like there's no like big superficial, like you have to cap weekly. Like you can kind of go in and out when you want.
Maxed at 9,999,999. Yeah.
Good to know.
Like you can't even get 10 mil. No. I haven't gotten to 10 mil yet, but Island Sanctuary. Listen, sorry.
I wanted it to be better. If they didn't abandon it, I loved it when it came out, but then it just stopped. having any value.
I so wanted it to come out because I love city builders. I loved Stardew Valley, like that sort of thing. Like that's my jam. And so even though they tried to temper expectations and were repeatedly like, it's not like those type of games, guys, like don't be expecting that. We all kind of expected that. And I think we were let down. Because even though you can come back each week and continue earning the currencies and can continue buying dyes and stuff, there is a really finite amount of things that you can do there. And no real big reasons for coming back after you get those achievements. So
it makes me sad because I love the content itself so much, but then once you've maxed out everything that there is to do, it's like, what else to do here? Yeah.
Now, if they somehow in 8.0 expand it or add another island or add more buildings or something, yeah, I'd give it another try. But
pray to Yoshi P, please. Give us more.
Right. What do you think MSQ falls?
Oh, S. Put me in S. Like, okay. I'm just thinking the general MSQ in general. Like, there are some plot lines that fall flat, but like, especially the past few expansions, oof, I've cried more with this game than I have any other like story or movie or anything. So like, MSQ is a big reason why I play 14. So, top tier.
Okay. No, I have no notes. That sounds fine by me. No notes. Normal raids. I would put it with Alliance raids, but that Dawn Trail made them so much more exciting than they have been before, and might even just bump them up to A. I used to not care too much about normal raids, like especially with the Realm Reborn ones and then Alexander in Heavensward, and it was kind of like, meh, don't really care about the stories, don't really care about the fights, even though Ratfinks Twinkle Dinks is probably my favorite NPC game, an NPC name. It was really not until Dawn Trail that I fell in love with normal raids. What do you think? A?
I mean, I would go
You
A,
love them.
personally. I love them. A Realm Reborn's the only ones I'm like, meh. But like, everything sense. I love my goofy goblins and Alexander all the way through Dawn Trails.
Yeah. No, they're fun. They're challenging. But they're not too challenging that you can't do it even in a roulette or something. So you know what? PvP.
Pivot.
Pivot.
Pivot. I would kind of say a B. I would say B. I like Frontlines a decent amount, but sometimes groups are kind of difficult. I do wish that Feast would come back. I am going to be on my hill, you know, screaming to the sky saying, bring me back Feast, but I think it's fun overall. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid B.
That was higher than I was expecting you to place it, honestly.
I do a lot of Frontlines, and I rage a lot, but that's just who I am in any type of
I see,
content.
I see, okay. That's you having fun.
Yes. Shockingly enough.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? PvP is decent. I used to do it every single day. I haven't for a very long time, but sometimes it's just so satisfying, you know? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let you speak on Savage because I've never tried it.
That's fair. I feel like Savage for me is an A. I wouldn't say S just because of another thing that's coming down the road, but I think Savage is a solid A. Like, I've been doing it for a long time, and certain fights are terrible, certain fights are good. Kind of between a B and an A. If I could give it an A-, I would give it an A-. Like, it's a type of content that I do it every single tier. I'm in a static. I always keep up with it. And some fights are like the best fights of the game, and others are like I don't want to go back dog water, so somewhere between that like A-, B+.
Okay. Hunts. I really enjoy hunts, and I haven't done them much in Dawn Trail, except for when the expansion first came out and we had those like humongous Dawn Trail hunt trains, while everyone was kind of set on getting the hunt mounts and that sort of thing. I do like the weekly hunts too. I still go out of my way sometimes to do weekly hunts to get the Centurion seals, to get the Aetherite tickets. And now this is sounding like Final Fantasy. You do the thing to get the thing in order to get the other thing that really saves you some gills. So yeah, that's typical Final Fantasy 14. But back in the day when hunts used to come out and the weeklies were new, and people who were just in the zone would shout out whenever they saw a weekly because there'd be someone flying around trying to find it. And it really did have a sense of community behind it. And the rewards were exciting. And then hunt trains came out, and that's a spectacle. I really enjoy hunts. There isn't enough to it, I don't think, to compete with Deep Dungeons and Blue Mage, though. So I think it might has to be a B. I think that seems fair.
I think that seems fair, and I'm on the same boat. I love hunts.
Yeah. Yeah. Treasure dungeons. Treasure dungeons.
Debbie, should we even contest this? I think we're both in the same boat. I think this is an S. Put that in S. There's nothing bad about treasure dungeons except for when you lose the map. But like maps are just fun. That I don't care who you are. Gil, chaos, good prizes, hopefully RNG.
Sydney Whirl.
Solid.
Yeah, no, I've only been doing them once a week, every week for 5 or 6 years. So yeah, it's fine.
They're okay.
They're okay. They're okay. Trials.
Normal trials, that is.
Normal trials. You know what? Trials are fun. I like trials. They're not extreme. I don't know. Do they go on the same line as dungeons? I think they're a little bit more entertaining than dungeons.
I think so too. Yeah.
I'd be happier doing a trial than a dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty solid.
Yeah. It's usually like a more pivotal part in the story if it's a story-related trial.
The music is usually really good.
Oh, slaps. Yeah. Mounts. Yeah. Well, not for normal, I guess, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ultimate.
Ooh. I kind of want to put this in S tier. And I get that it's for very niche player base, which I am when it comes to rating, but I used to think that Savages were my favorite pieces of like my favorite type of content until I started doing Ultimates, and then I was like, ooh, this is a lot of fun. And I won't bore you to tears with all rating things, but I will just say it's a lot more challenging. And I think the high dedication that you have to put into it, like yields a very high reward of just like feeling of accomplishment.
Fair. And I mean, a lot of people live for them. There's whole communities within the game that only come out when a new one does. So, you know, I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely.
Variant dungeons. The fact that I'm even thinking that they might go as low as D is really sad because I enjoy variant dungeons. I really enjoy doing them. I enjoyed unlocking all of the things, getting the rewards at the end. I enjoyed the themes and the way they're laid out. But then they disappeared so easily. so quickly
Yeah.
after they were released. And there isn't right now anything in game other than occasionally like a Mogpendium entry or something that kind of forces you back into doing it. Oh, Circle says variants are top. Am I being too harsh? I don't know.
It's tough. It's a fun piece of content, but like it's one of those ones again that like once you do it, like once you've completed all your like little punch cards, you know, like you don't go back. So like that is a tough one. But I feel like the time that I am there, I'm enjoying it. I don't know about you, but like the time that I am doing it, which is not a lot, I thoroughly enjoy.
Because the music is nice. The different puzzles and everything. Okay, that's as eyes I'm going. I've been through the whole gambit with variant dungeons, starting from the bottom, and I do like them. I wish there was more relevancy to them with regard to everything else. Like, Circle's happy. Fates.
Oh, I like Fates. Fates is another one of those things too that like I don't do them a lot, but when I do them I have a lot of fun, and you can usually multitask with them, which is great. Either in game you can get multiple types of currency, and then also you can level, you can usually put on like Netflix or like a YouTube video on the side. I kind of think if hunts are B, I feel like Fates need to be B. Like it feels like that kind of same level of content to me. Like I enjoy doing it, and then I kind of remembered to do it once in a blue moon when I got nothing else going on.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, Fates are better in a group.
Yes.
It just kind of feels sad to me nowadays if I'm in a zone by myself and I'm taking on Fates. I kind of feel like maybe I should be doing something else. But
that's true.
Especially right now when people are paste grinding and there's some Fate groups and everyone's working on it together, that is fun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think the last one is housing.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of a controversy right now, isn't it? Because of the whole WoW housing thing. And yeah, we kind of wish housing had a little bit of a quality of life adjustment. There's rumors that it's going to. Rumors started, by the way, from Yoshi P, who started talking about it, I think, last FanFest, that Dawn Trail would have changes to the housing system that would allow you to change your interior size, which hasn't come to fruition yet. Housing is very difficult to get right in terms of like having to have a PhD in glitching in order to get everything where you want it to get, and plus the limited size for like the capacity for items people struggle with. But that being said, the people who have found a way to make it work can make amazing things. And I've seen some amazing houses. Personally, I haven't been able to accomplish anything nearly that amazing. But you know what? It's fun. It's fun to see what there is and to take a look and to see what other people have done. I probably wouldn't put it higher than a C. I'm probably just as likely to spend the afternoon doing housing as I am to like craft or gather or go into Boja. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Like, I want to love housing more. And there are moments when I do, right? Like, there are moments when it's like you feel so accomplished, like getting the FC together and like decorating the FC house and stuff like that. And I love having, you know, a house and an FC house, but like it's just lacking so much. And then you kind of forget, like my personal house, I haven't even decorated in forever, because it's like just like, oh god, do I take everything down and then I regret everything, and it's such a lot of work. I do everything vanilla in the game, so like that makes it even more work to make things look really good. So yeah, I think I want it to be an A or an S, but I think it's a C.
I I made that mistake. Please, if anyone's considering it, don't. I made that mistake where my house was completely decorated and I really liked it. And then they came out with that, like they could remove the pillars. But then as soon as you click that option, like all of your stuff goes back into storage and you start from the beginning again. And I just haven't fully decorated again since. So,
yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of investment.
But I mean, everyone feels differently, right? So what's your jam? What would you have placed higher up in the S tier? Let us know. Let us know how you would have done this. This is kind of our collaborative response. I can post to the This Week in Eorzea Discord, and you guys can let us know what you would have done differently. So, yeah, that was fun. But look at all of this, though. Look at all of this, and this is why I feel like I never have free time in game. Yep. There's always something I want to do.
So much to do. Even looking at the one that we said haven't tried yet, like Criterion, I'm like, I haven't even touched that piece of content. And then even all the stuff above, I haven't finished everything.
And I think looking at it, like save for Ultimates, which is you, like everything on the S tier is stuff I do actually do every week in game.
Yeah.
Like when there's MSQ, I'm doing that. Otherwise, I'm fishing and doing treasure maps every single week. So I think the S tier is a good indication of what we're actually making time in game to do.
See,
and then A tier
on
is
either end.
Yeah. Sorry?
It's us on either ends because like fishing is something I don't do a lot of, but like I still really enjoy it. And then the other three I do. So you have the first three, I have the second three.
There we go. Yeah, and then the stuff on A tier is stuff that maybe we wish we had more time to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I jive with this. This is kind of my priority list order when I log into game. With my poor island sanctuary down there that I literally haven't seen in a year, maybe.
Poor things.
Sorry, Yoshi P. Sorry, Yoshi P. Okay. That was fun. That was
a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So I'll get that. I'll download it, stick it over to Discord, see what other people think. Just a couple of things I remembered while doing that. So Fish Fest actually is this coming weekend. So heads up, check out the Eorzean Museum Alliance and Fish Fest if you're interested in things fishy. That's happening on the 21st, which is, I think, Saturday or Sunday? Saturday. Okay. Fish Fest. Don't miss it. They've got their Fishers Feud game and everything, so that's going on. And was there something else I was like, oh yeah, I didn't do the tip of the week, but at this point in time, I think we'll save tip of the week till next week. So now I have a tip of the week for next week. So stay tuned for that. An hour goes by way too quickly when we're having fun. An hour goes by way too slowly when there's no news to talk about. Oh man. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining with us this week. Pyra, what are you up to for the rest of the week? What can people look forward to between now and when we see you again next Monday?
Yeah, so I will be, keeping to my normal stream schedule for now. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, catch me with Savage Raiding. On Saturday and Sunday, catch me with Ultimate Raiding. We're trying to help new players go through T, or the Epic of Alexander Ultimate, for their first time. So we're teaching people. If you want to sign up for teaching or like learning parties, my Discord has those happen every single week. Sign-ups happen. And yeah, just a bit of streaming most every day this week and doing some raid stuff. How about you, Debbie?
Getting back to my roots on Thursday. Gonna do some ocean fishing, some roulettes, really just chatting and being cozy. Friday, of course, maps. Saturday, variety gaming. I promise this time I'll be live. And yeah, just hanging out with the community. Zoam, how come crafting and gathering are so low? Probably because Pyra and I are not great crafters or gatherers. That is all. Honestly, I loved Gathering back when the diadem came out, and I was participating in Ishgardian Restoration, and that was my life for weeks at a time, and I was ranking, and like, that was really exciting. And in terms of crafting, I've never been great at it. So those are our personal feelings on all of those. It's not indicative of the quality of the content. So that's how I'm gonna say that is the views reflected on this stream are are expressly those of the hosts and not those of the game in general. So take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. We will be back next Monday, same time, same channel, for more Final Fantasy XIV news. News? Or at least talking about the game in a fun, entertaining manner, and finding out what everyone thinks. We're gonna maybe start posting a countdown to FanFest. I think maybe I need to create some sort of graphic where we have a countdown going on, so we know how long we have to wait until we actually get some good information about the game. But yeah, looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Pyra, for being here.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie. It was fun tonight.
It was fun.
Nice little fun venture from the news.
Absolutely. And thank you everyone who commented and who watched now and in the future. Thank you so much. If you want to carry on the conversation, come join us over in Discord. While it exists. Ouch. Okay. We'll be back next week, same time, same channel, for more Final Fantasy XIV news. So until then, take care of yourselves. Love yourself as much as you love others. And we'll see you all in game. Bye. I have to tab all the way over here.